Hello, 2B! In this video, we're going to talk about concrete poems. So let's start by thinking about what is a concrete poem. It's not made of concrete. What is a concrete poem? Concrete poetry, sometimes also called shape poetry, is poetry whose shape matches the topic of the poem. So if I was writing about an apple, I'd make that poem in the shape of an apple. If I was writing about a bird, I'd make that poem in the shape of a bird. So the words form shapes which illustrate the poem's topic as a picture. This type of poetry has been used for thousands of years, since the ancient Greeks began to illustrate the meanings of their poetry by arranging the characters and the words into different shapes. And even 5,000 years ago, people were writing concrete poems. So there are some examples there on this slide. So here's an example of a concrete poem. The topic is My Brother's Shoe, and the author has made the poem into the shape of his brother's shoe. Let's read it. It isn't some milk that's been spilled in the car. It isn't a 3-day-old diaper or an overripe basket of cheeses or fruits that every few minutes smells riper. This isn't the egg that was hidden for Easter and found when Thanksgiving was through. No, this is the smell that can only be found wafting out of my big brother's shoe. Here's a concrete poem about a sprinkler. So they've got the lines of the poems made into the little streams from the sprinkler. Let's read this one. Sprinkler. Wet and clean and crisp and cold. Energizing, brisk and bold. Running, splashing, sliding bliss. I wonder just whose lawn is this? Here's a concrete poem about silverware. This one's about a fork. It says, Hi-ho, silverware. Whether it's twisting spaghetti or stabbing some veggies or pork, when the time comes to eat, it's not easy to beat the simple and practical fork. And then we've got one last concrete poem here. This one is about the boa constrictor. My diet is unusual, so based on how I feel, I might just have a lizard or a bat for my next meal. I eat a lot of different things that you'd consider funky. I'll dine on rats and wild pigs, and now and then a monkey. My favorite snack's a couple birds and 7 mice to munch. I'd tell you more, but I'm afraid right now I'm late for lunch. And then the tongue is made of the words hiss, 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 hiss. So on our website, on our class website this week, I've got some links to some spots where you can make a concrete poem using a website if you'd like to. So you could click on the links for those. This one you can put in the words, and there's a bunch of different shapes you can choose from to write a poem about. And then this one also you can put in, this one could just be descriptive words, and you could choose a shape to form all the words. You can also just take a piece of paper and draw a shape and then fill that shape with the words for whatever topic your poem is about. I can't wait to see what you write your concrete poems about. Bye, guys!